The ego is your friend. So you've probably heard about ego death before. Hold on, we might talk about something a little bit different in a second. But let's get back to the ego for a moment. You've probably heard about ego death, and you've heard people talking about how you have to destroy the ego. I respectfully disagree. In the last video I recorded, I don't know if you will have seen it yet, we talked about how nothing gets destroyed. We don't remove anything from our reality, our understanding, our psyche, our awareness. We just change it, we redefine it. So we talked about how we don't destroy need. We just understand its place and shift it into something useful. That's alchemy. Right? So the ego is the same thing, but we need to understand what the ego is actually doing. We need to understand its purpose. We need to understand how it's helping us. So what I find is really, really helpful, just as a general thing, but especially when it comes to illnesses, I've had really great success with this. Understand how it's helping you. What is your current situation allowing you to do? What excuse is it giving you? Treat it like a best friend, not your enemy. And then you can understand why it exists, why you've created it. And then if it is right to do so, you can shift it and turn it into something else, turn it into something you want. So let's treat the ego like our best friend. What's it actually doing for us? What is it? It's the physical mind. Right? So in alchemy, and well, in the Law of One as well, and like a million different places, it's a recurring concept because I believe it is the truth. Ra calls us a mind-body-spirit complex. In alchemy, there's a concept of the three primes, the tria prima, which is mind, body, and spirit. So mind is like our conscious mind. Body is the world we see around us, not just our physical body, it's the physical reality. And spirit is like a higher self. The ego is the physical mind. Remember from Hermeticism, everything is mind. So our physical brain, the physical reality, the mind of the physical reality, that's what the ego is. So what's its purpose? It's there to protect us. Let me give you this perspective. So instead of seeing the ego like an enemy that's getting in our way, because that's often how it feels, it's trying to get in our way. It's creating memories and negative self-talk to block our manifestations, right? But that's not its intent. Its intent is protection. So let's pretend that the ego didn't exist, that there was no block, no filter between what we desired, every fleeting thought, and our physical reality. Can you imagine the chaos? And make no mistake, this wouldn't just be like a flood of dopamine and you would get only positive things. You'd get negative things too. I'm going to give you an example. This is really weird and I actually don't know why I do this, but on almost a daily basis, I have flashes of me tripping over and knocking my two front teeth out. And I've had this for years. It's almost a daily thing for me. Now imagine there was no ego to say, hold on, dude, chill out on that. Like, we don't want that. Then that would happen every day. We just manifest, right? So the ego, it's like our firewall in a computer. It's not our antivirus. It's like a firewall. It blocks. So every fleeting thought that the universe doesn't understand is not what you want necessarily, right? Because how many times, like we can manifest negative things when we fixate on them, you know? We know that we can do it. We fixate on them, we push them through the firewall, through the ego. Right? But the ego is there to protect us from all the negative things that we keep focusing on, right? The only unfortunate thing is it's also got to block out some of the positive things. So we need to learn to get around it. And so the ego is actually your friend. And even just the simple fact of redefining the ego, thinking about it in a different way, can help you, because then you're not fighting against it, right? Because we never want to fight. We don't want to resist. I've said it a million times and I'll say it a million times again. Resistance is the manifestation killer. It's like Dune. Do you remember the shield technology in Dune? It blocks fast-moving objects, right? But the slow dagger will pierce. Ooh, that's a great analogy. That's what the ego is like. It's our shield. It's out here protecting us from all the, knock your two front teeth out and step out into traffic, because why not? From all the weird little, like the intrusive thoughts, if you like. That's a popular term these days, right? Protects us from all the flippant thoughts that we don't actually want but still show up. But the slow dagger, the deliberate dagger, the focused dagger, that's the one that gets through. That's why consistency, focus, whether it's active, masculine, mental focus, or the allowing, the feminine, doesn't matter. It's still focus. What you focus on becomes your reality, because it gets through the firewall of the ego. I do want to talk about the three primes: mind, body, spirit. So our mind is our conscious mind. It's our tool, I believe. This is just my experience and my understanding, my belief of shall we say, messages I received. But again, like time is not linear. It's our tool. Let's focus. Let's focus here and get back to it. So the mental, the physical, no, let me rephrase that. Because the physical mind is the ego. It can be difficult to talk about this stuff. So the mind is our physical mind, our ability to choose. It's our tool. The spirit is our universal mind. That's our connected mind. Some have even written that, what have I been reading? Three Magic Words by U.S. Anderson. He said, he puts forth that the subconscious mind is shared. That we don't have an individual subconscious mind, but it is our collective subconscious mind. I really like that idea. I think there's some truth in that. And that mind knows everything. If we can tap into it, we can do incredible things. So we talk about impressing the subconscious mind. But do we really? Or does the subconscious mind impress us? So which way are we going? Are we trying to break through the physical mind to get to the subconscious, or are we trying to break through the physical mind to allow the subconscious to get to us? Or is it both? And does it matter? I've read many times that magic is having conscious control over the subconscious mind. I'm not sure that resonates with me anymore. It's not wrong. It's not the way I would describe it. Remember, we're not here to win this game of life. We're here to remember that we've already won. We're here to remember who we really are, what we really are. And what we really are is not the physical ego, and it's not even the abstract mind, right? It's beyond that. It's the subconscious. It's in there. It's out there, but it's not out there. It's within us. We just have to let the walls down, to let our true selves shine through. We are a vessel. We're a cup. No, we're not. We are a cup. We are a cup, but we are really what's in the cup. So in a physical sense, we're the cup. The ego is the cup, but who we truly are is what we put in the cup. And we can shape the ego to make a different shape cup. But what we truly are doesn't change. We just shape it, we filter it, right? We filter the purity of source into, I'm a man. I make this much a year. This is my job. This is where I live. But that's all choices we've made, whether consciously or not. And we can strip them away and make new choices. Nothing ever gets destroyed, and is never too late. You have never failed. You can't fail, because you've already won. As always, take what resonates and discard the rest.